The deadly school shooting in Michigan at Oxford High School. That's about an hour north of Detroit.
지난 영상에서 다뤘던 옥스퍼드 고등학교 총기 난사범 이선 크럼블리. 소년범이라는 점을 이용해 형량을 낮춰보려 했지만 철저한 계획 범죄임이 드러나며 가석방 없는 무기징역을 선고받았습니다.
Sentences of the court is that defendant shall serve life without the possibility of parole.
그런데 이 사건이 미국 전역에 더 큰 충격을 준 이유는 따로 있습니다. 미국 역사상 최초로 살인범의 부모에게 직접적인 형사 책임이 입증되어 기소된 전대미문의 사건이기 때문입니다. 아들의 위험한 징후를 철저히 방관하고 사실상 참사를 방조했다는 이유로 부모에게 과실치사 혐의가 적용된 겁니다.
While the shooter was the one who entered the high school and pulled the trigger, there are other individuals who contributed to the events on November 30th, and it's my intention to hold them accountable as well. Based on the information and evidence I have received, today I am announcing charges against the shooter's parents, Jennifer and James Crumbley.
기소 직후 현금을 인출하고 선불폰을 개통하며 도주를 시도했지만 결국 디트로이트의 한 창고에서 체포된 제임스와 제니퍼 크럼블리. 과연 재판부는 어떤 명백한 증거들로 이들의 중대한 과실을 인정했으며 최종적으로 어떤 처벌을 내렸을까? 지금부터 그 치열한 법정 공방과 참사의 이면을 파헤쳐 보겠습니다. 처벌 실화냐?
And I just went to go park my car and switch it around at my office. I'm at my office, and there was a Kia that looked like their car, and I walked around and checked the license plate, and it's their car, and the woman is here next to the car.
사건 발생 며칠 후 무장 경찰들이 은신처인 상업용 건물을 급습합니다. 자물쇠를 부수고 들어가 마침내 범인을 체포하는 경찰들.
Ma'am, don't move. I got her hands. Do not move. So you're told to, okay? Do you have any weapons?
그런데 자세히 보니 얼굴이 낯이 익습니다. 이들은 바로 총기 난사범 이선의 부모 제니퍼와 제임스 크럼블리였습니다.
We have, in fact, taken into custody without incident James and Jennifer Crumbley, the fugitives involved in the Oxford incident.
도대체 이들은 왜 야반 도주를 하며 숨어 있었던 것일까? 수사팀이 참사의 책임이 부모에게도 있다고 판단해 언론에 이들을 전격 기소하겠다고 발표했기 때문입니다.
My role as the Oakland County prosecutor is to seek justice for the victims of this tragedy. The family, friends, and loved ones of Hannah St. Juliana, Madison Baldwin, Tate Murr, and Justin Schilling, and the other victims have had their lives shattered. While the shooter was the one who entered the high school and pulled the trigger, there are other individuals who contributed to the events on November 30th, and it's my intention to hold them accountable as well. It's imperative we prevent this from happening again. No other parent or community should have to live through this nightmare. I have shared previously, and I will reiterate today, that gun ownership is a right, and with that right comes great responsibility. Based on the information and evidence I have received, today I am announcing charges against the shooter's parents, Jennifer and James Crumbley. The charges are as follows. James Crumbley is charged with 4 counts of involuntary manslaughter. Jennifer Crumbley is also charged with 4 counts of involuntary manslaughter.
It's extremely rare for parents to be charged in school shootings. Are you trying to set a new standard, or is the evidence simply overwhelming in this case?
I have tremendous compassion and empathy for parents who have children who are struggling and at risk for whatever reason. And I am by no means saying that an active shooter situation should always result in a criminal prosecution against parents. But the facts of this case are so egregious. Reading this document, looking at it, reading the words, "help me," with a gun blood everywhere. This doesn't just impact me as a prosecutor and a lawyer, it impacts me as a mother. The notion that a parent could read those words and also know that their son had access to a deadly weapon that they gave him is unconscionable, and I think it's criminal.
그런데 체포된 이후 아버지 제임스가 보인 반응은 상상을 초월했습니다. 구치소에서 자신을 기소한 담당 검사에게 전화를 걸어 내가 나가면 넌 끝이다라며 살해 협박까지 서슴지 않은 겁니다.
Go ahead. Record this call. Send it to Karen McDonald. Tell her how James Crumbley's going to take her down. She will not have a law license when I get done with her. And like I said earlier, Karen McDonald will be working at McDonald's because she ain't going to be able to get a job anywhere else. I can't even discuss it on the phone because then I give away stuff to you. Right. Dumb ass Karen McDonald.
자신들의 과실로 4명의 학생이 희생되었지만 이들에게 반성의 기미는 없었습니다.
The defendants in this case, that being James Crumbley and Jennifer Crumbley, are each charged with 4 counts of homicide, involuntary manslaughter, contrary to MCL 750.321.
재판이 본격적으로 시작되자 부모가 참사를 막을 수 있었던 수많은 기회를 어떻게 걷어찼는지 적나라한 증거들이 쏟아졌습니다. 사건 4일 전 아빠 제임스는 불안정한 아들에게 9mm 권총을 사주었고 엄마 제니퍼는 이를 SNS에 자랑했습니다. 심지어 사건 하루 전 아들이 수업 중 총알을 검색하다 걸렸다는 다급한 연락에도 엄마는 어처구니 없는 문자로 답했습니다.
On November 21st, 21, a teacher at the Oxford High School observed Ethan Crumbley searching ammunition on his cell phone during class and reported the same to school officials. Jennifer Crumbley was contacted via voicemail by school personnel regarding that son's inappropriate internet search. School personnel indicate they followed that voicemail up with an email but received no response from either parent. Thereafter, Jennifer Crumbley exchanged text messages about the incident with her son on that day, stating, quote, LOL, I'm not mad at you. You have to learn not to get caught, end quote.
이 무관심의 배경에는 제니퍼의 이중 생활이 있었습니다.
So you told this jury yesterday, you depicted your affair with Mr. Malash as a one time a week meet up at a Costco parking lot. Is that your testimony?
Correct.
Okay. But it wasn't just that, was it?
Nope.
Okay. In fact, there are numerous photographs sent to Mr. Malash.
Okay.
Yes or no?
I'm sure there was.
Okay. Numerous messages exchanged with him.
Correct.
And it wasn't just during the week, Monday through Friday, was it?
No.
No. In fact, that's what you said yesterday, but in fact, it included trips.
There were actual business trips that he met me on.
Okay. And included other individuals.
Yes.
그녀는 스스로를 헬리콥터맘이라 포장했지만 검사의 날카로운 반대 신문 앞에서는 모든 것이 거짓으로 드러났습니다.
What's Adult Friend Finder?
So where you can go on and meet people who meet certain tastes that you're looking for.
This is 429. And you had the app Adult Friend Finder on your phone.
I do not believe I had the app on my phone.
Okay, it was found on your phone.
Okay, well, I guess it was on my phone.
Okay, and there were messages from you to other individuals.
Correct.
Now, you don't deny that your son wrote in his journal that he asked his parents for help. You don't deny that evidence that was admitted?
No, I don't.
Okay. And you don't deny that he wrote in his journal that he now had access to the 6-hour 9mm handgun?
I do not deny that.
And you don't deny that the 6-hour 9mm handgun was in fact the murder weapon?
I don't deny that.
And you also don't deny that that gun was gifted by you and your husband to your son on November the 26th?
Describe gifted.
How about when you posted on Instagram his new Christmas gift?
Correct. And I explained yesterday that it was for him to use at the shooting range. We didn't just hand him a gun as a here you go, son. It was something he could use when we went to the range as a family together.
아들이 환각을 호소하며 도와달라고 문자를 보냈을 때도 엄마는 이를 철저히 외면했습니다.
You don't deny in April of 2021, the evidence shows that your son told his only friend that he had asked you for help.
No, I don't deny that.
Okay. And you also don't deny that he told his only friend that you laughed at him.
I do not deny that.
Now, yesterday you told us that you took those messages in the spring of 2021, which, by the way, is at the same time you started your affair with Mr. Malash?
Around that time.
Okay. So in the spring of 2021, when you sent those messages, or when you received those messages, you indicated it was messing around.
It was.
It was messing around. In your mind, messing around. That's what your testimony was.
Yes.
Okay. Even when he said, "Can you please text me back?"
I didn't see his text message, so I didn't text him back.
부모는 몰랐다고 변명으로 일관했지만 수사 과정에서 드러난 물리적 증거들은 달랐습니다.
You said you're a detective lieutenant right now?
Yes.
We talked a little bit about track phone or burner phone, how they're referred to interchangeably. Were you made aware, or did you learn that the defendant and his wife purchased those phones?
I was,
Okay.
yes.
And so what's in Exhibit 361?
So this is a receipt from the Walmart in Lapeer, Michigan, for the purchase of the track phones.
Okay.
경찰의 추적을 피하려 도주용 선불폰까지 구매했던 이들은 정작 살상무기인 총기 관리에 있어서는 믿을 수 없을 만큼 허술했습니다. 결정적으로 법정에 공개된 아들 이선의 일기장은 부모를 완전히 궁지로 몰아넣었습니다.
This is People's 359. Can you read what's written in this passage, please?
Yes. I have zero help, and help is bolded, for my mental problems, and it's causing me to shoot up in school.
This is page 5. For the record, that was page 6 on the journal. Same exhibit, page 5. Could you read that, please?
Yes. I want help, but my parents don't listen to me, so I can't get any help.
That's page 5. This is page 19. What does this say?
My parents won't listen to me about help or therapists.
All right. Now, were there any journal entries about the shooter's desire to obtain a 9mm handgun?
Yes, sir.
Same exhibit, page 3. Can you tell us what this is, please?
Yes. The shooter writes, so we should be bound to get my SD 9VE soon.
Okay. Now, that specific term, SD9VE, did you see that anywhere else in this case?
Yes, I did.
This is People's 85 and 86. What do we see here?
This is a picture of a Smith & Wesson model number SD9VE that was for sale, that was extracted from the defendant's phone.
Okay. And Mr. Rogowski testified this was from Monday, November the 8th, sent from the defendant's son to the defendant in a message that was deleted. You were here for that testimony?
Yes, I was.
Now back to the journal. This is page 22. Can you please read us what this says?
Yes. The shooter writes, I want to shoot up in school so badly. Soon I am going to buy a 9mm pistol.
Same exhibit, page 17.
All I need is my 9mm pistol, which I am currently begging my dad for.
And page 15.
Unfortunately, my dad does not want me to get the 9mm gun, and we are having financial problems, RN for right now. And I don't have a job, so now I'm pissed because I want to do the shooting with a 9mm pistol, as they are effective for killing. But RN right now, all I got is a puny 22 LR Keltec that I don't know where my dad hid it.
Okay, and we heard evidence in this case that James Crumbley obtained a 22 caliber Keltec pistol in June of 2021. Is that right?
That is right. Yep.
운명의 11월 30일 아침, 피투성이 그림을 보고도 단 12분 만에 학교를 떠나버린 부모. 심지어 엄마 제니퍼는 직장 상사에게 미리 자신의 부재 시간을 1시간으로 통보해 두었고, 법정에서는 그 끔찍한 그림을 망토인 줄 알았다는 기막힌 핑계를 댔습니다.
This was sent to you. So Sean Hopkins called you at 9:24 in the morning, correct?
Correct.
You looked at it.
I did.
Okay. You told us yesterday you found it, I think your quote was, a little concerning. What struck you about this?
Originally, when I saw the modified one, I was kind of angry at my son because we just talked about his missing assignments in geometry and his E the night before. Then when I got this one and opened it, it was concerning. I honestly thought the guy on there was a poor drawing of Batman, the way the thing in the cat. I thought it was a cape. I didn't know.
You thought that was a cape?
I did. I didn't look at that
closely.
closely.
What did you think of the gun?
I thought it was a gun.
Yeah.
하지만 이들의 변명은 참사 직후 제임스가 911에 건 전화 한 통으로 완전히 산산조각 납니다.
911, what's the location of your emergency?
I need an officer to come to my house right away, please. I think my son took the gun. I don't know if it's him. I don't know what's going on. I'm really freaking out.
아들의 범행 계획을 전혀 몰랐다던 부모는 학교에서 총격 사건이 났다는 소식에 가장 먼저 직감적으로 아들을 떠올렸습니다. 재판이 진행될수록 부모의 지독한 방관과 과실은 명백한 사실로 굳어져 갔습니다. 길고 치열했던 법정 공방 끝에 마침내 배심원단의 판결이 내려졌습니다. 미국 전역이 숨죽여 지켜보는 가운데 배심원단은 부모의 지독한 방관이 곧 범죄임을 인정했습니다. 제임스와 제니퍼에게 적용된 각각 4건의 과실치사 혐의 모두 만장일치로 유죄가 선고되었습니다.
That is correct. On count 1 of involuntary manslaughter as to Madison Baldwin, we find the defendant guilty of involuntary manslaughter. On count 2 of involuntary manslaughter in regards to Tate Muir, we find the defendant guilty of involuntary manslaughter. On count 3, as to involuntary manslaughter regarding Hannah St. Juliana, we find the defendant guilty of involuntary manslaughter. And in count 4 of involuntary manslaughter against Justin Schilling, we find the defendant guilty of involuntary manslaughter.
Good evening. You may be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, I know you've worked very hard. We've all been awaiting your decision. I know this was a very intense decision for you all to make. I believe you've selected a foreperson. Who's the foreperson? You are the foreperson. Could you read the verdict, please?
Count 1, involuntary manslaughter as to Madison Baldwin. Guilty of involuntary manslaughter as to Madison Baldwin. Count 2, involuntary manslaughter as to Tate Muir. Guilty of involuntary manslaughter as to Tate Muir. Count 3, involuntary manslaughter as to Hannah St. Juliana. Guilty of involuntary manslaughter as to Hannah St. Juliana. Count 4, involuntary manslaughter as to Justin Schilling. Guilty of involuntary manslaughter as to Justin Schilling.
하지만 최종 선고 공판에서 마지막 발언 기회를 얻은 부모는 여전히 자기 연민과 핑계로 일관했습니다.
I sit here today to express my deepest sorrow for the families of Hannah, Tate, Madison, Justin, and to all those affected on November 30th, 2020. The drag-me weight this has taken on my heart and soul cannot be expressed into words. Just as I know there is nothing I can say that's going to ease the pain and suffering of the victims and their families. There's a quote I heard that rang true. Grief. For those of you who understand, no explanation is needed. And for those of us who do not, no description is possible. The Ethan I knew was a good, quiet kid. He loved his pets, family vacations. My husband and I used to say we had the perfect kid. I truly believed that, and that's who I saw and thought I knew. As the details started emerging during discovery, I was horrified to learn concerning behaviors my son was reported doing at school. Everything we strived for was to make sure our son had the best life we could give him, to grow up with traditions and experiences we had, to be the best person he could be. I know we did our best. The love I have for our son, mixed with regret for not seeing what was ahead, weighs heavily on me. My point is, this could be any parent up here in my shoes. Ethan could be your child, could be your grandchild, your niece, your nephew, your brother, your sister. Your child can make a fatal decision, not just with the gun, but a knife, a vehicle, intentionally or unintentionally.
어머니 제니퍼는 유가족 앞에서 자신도 최선을 다했으며 독방에 갇혀 고통받았다는 점을 강조했습니다.
Your Honor, I ask you to take consideration that I have been locked in a cell 23 hours a day, essentially in solitary confinement, for over 28 months, and that the court finds a fair and just sentence for me.
아버지 제임스 역시 눈물을 흘리며 사과하는 듯했지만 집행유예를 요구하며 유가족들을 향해 아직 온전한 진실을 모른다는 망언을 남겼습니다.
I want to say I can't imagine the pain and agony that for the families that have lost their children and what they're experiencing and what they're going through. As a parent, our biggest fear is losing our child or our children. And to lose a child is unimaginable. My heart is really broken for everybody involved. I understand my words are not going to bring any comfort. I understand that they're not going to relieve any pain. And quite frankly, they probably just don't believe me. However, I really want the families of Madison Baldwin, Hannah St. Juliana, Tate Meyer, Mir, and Justin Schilling to know how truly sorry I am. I have the utmost respect for you, and I'm simply going to ask that you sentence me in a fair and just way. You presided over my trial and heard the evidence that was presented against me. You know that what my son did, I was not aware of, or that he was planning it, or that he obtained access to the firearms in my house. There was absolutely no evidence that suggested that. As my attorney has told you, I've been on lockdown for 23 hours a day. I've not been able to speak to my son since November 30th, and I have not been able to speak with my wife since December 3rd. I know that I have experienced pales in compassion to what those families who've lost their children and countless other victims experience every day because of what my son did. I'm asking the court to sentence me to time served and place me on probation for the maximum time allowed with the GPS tether for as long as the court deems necessary. I also want to address one last thing. And that's to what Tate Mear's dad said. It is time that we all know the truth. We have been prohibited from telling the whole truth. The whole truth has not been told. And I'm with you, Mr. Mear. I too want the truth. Because you have not had it. You have not had the truth at all. The truth has not been presented to you.
유가족들의 가슴을 다시 한번 후벼 판 이들의 뻔뻔함에 담당 판사는 준엄한 일침을 가했습니다.
I can't and will not pretend to understand the pain the families are experiencing, but I did sit through these trials with you. I saw what you saw. I heard what you heard. So I can and will offer my deepest and most sincere condolences for your unfathomable losses. Parenting is a complex job. Parenting practices around the world share the goals of ensuring health and safety, preparation for life as a productive adult, and transmission of cultural values. Parents are not expected to be psychic. But these convictions are not about poor parenting. These convictions confirm repeated acts or lack of acts that could have halted an oncoming runaway train. About repeatedly ignoring things that would make a reasonable person feel the hair on the back of their neck stand up. Opportunity knocked over and over again, louder and louder, and was ignored. No one answered, and these two people should have and sure didn't. Mr. Crumley, it's clear to this court that because of you, there was unfettered access to a gun or guns, as well as ammunition in your home. You've characterized yourself as a martyr and threatened the well-being of the prosecutor. Mrs. Crumley, you glorified the use and possession of these weapons. Your attitude toward your son and his behaviors was dispassionate and apathetic. Your response to school staff after a 12-minute meeting was, "Are we done here?" During your trial, you announced that you wouldn't do anything different. I understand that might have been misinterpreted, but it did cut the victims deep. In addition to the 7 wounded, each of the defendants' gross negligence has caused unimaginable suffering to hundreds of others as a result of what happened that day. Each act or inaction created a ripple effect. Therefore, an out-of-guidelines sentence is appropriate and proportional. The court uses the useful tool of the legislative guidelines, which embody the principles of proportionality, while also taking into account the nature of the offense and the background of each defendant.
비극을 막을 수 있었던 수많은 골든타임을 외면한 대가는 혹독했습니다. 총기 난사범의 부모에게 직접적인 살인 책임을 물어 중형을 선고한 미국 역사상 최초의 판례. 아이의 위험한 신호를 무시하고 치명적인 무기를 방치한 부모는 결국 징역형을 살게 되었습니다.
I believe that the following sentences would be in the best interest of justice and are reasonable and proportionate to the seriousness of the matter and the circumstances surrounding each defendant. With regard to Jennifer Crumley, it is the sentence of this court, Ms. Crumley, that you serve 10 to 15 years with the Michigan Department of Corrections. You will have credit for 858 days. State costs are $272. There's a crime victims' rights fee of $130. You and your agents may not have any contact with the families of Madison Baldwin, Tate Meir, Hannah St. Juliana, and Justin Schilling. I will issue another ruling with regard to contact with your son, the shooter. As to defendant James Crumley, it is the sentence of this court that you serve 10 to 15 years with the Michigan Department of Corrections, that you receive credit for 858 days.
여러분은 이 사건에 대해 어떻게 생각하시나요? 여러분의 생각을 댓글로 남겨주세요. 구독과 좋아요, 댓글은 영상을 만드는데 큰 힘이 됩니다. 감사합니다. 처벌 실화냐?